19 Simple Psychological Tricks That Really Work. There are countless books about psychology and neuro-linguistic programming that claim to teach people how to influence others. While some of them are useful for professionals, many effective techniques are actually very simple. These everyday psychological tricks can be used by anyone. Here are 19 practical methods that truly work. 1. Avoid starting requests with "could you?" Beginning a request with the words "could you" can make it sound like a hypothetical question. The other person may think you're only asking in theory, not actually expecting action. For example, when you say "could you call the neighbors?" a person might think, "Yes, I could, but that doesn't mean I will." Instead, saying "please call the neighbors" sounds clearer and increases the chance the task gets done. 2. How to make someone feel uneasy. If you ever want to make someone uncomfortable during a conversation, focus your eyes on the center of their forehead instead of their eyes. Many people say this creates a feeling of being judged or examined, which naturally makes them uneasy. It's not very friendly, but it can work in certain situations. 3. Silence can reveal the truth. When someone avoids answering a question, stop talking and keep eye contact. Silence often makes people uncomfortable, and they tend to keep speaking to fill the gap. This usually leads to more details and sometimes even honesty, especially if they think you already know the truth. 4. Ask people to explain things. If you want people at work or school to like you, ask them to explain something to you. Even if you already know the answer, this makes them feel valued and respected. As a result, their attitude toward you often becomes more positive. 5. Use body language to get a yes. When asking for something and hoping for a positive response, gently nod while speaking. This subtle movement can influence the other person to agree. It's a technique often used in sales and customer service because it works surprisingly well. 6. Distracted people are easy to influence. When someone is deeply focused, like during a phone call, you can hand them something or take something from their hand without them fully noticing. Their attention is elsewhere, so they may not even remember it later. This can be helpful during tasks like cleaning or packing. 7. Challenge their abilities. If you want someone to help you, casually suggest that they might not be able to do it. Most people dislike having their abilities questioned and will try hard to prove you wrong. You can also start with a small or unusual favor first, which makes them more likely to agree to a bigger request afterward. 8. Nodding increases attention. Lightly nodding during a conversation makes the other person feel more engaged. Without realizing it, they become more focused on what you're saying and more open to your ideas. 9. Show disappointment in negotiations. If you like an offer but want better terms, don't appear displeased. Showing mild disappointment can encourage the other side to improve the deal. This approach can be effective when discussing prices or salaries. 10. The goal celebration trick. When your alarm rings, sit up, clench your fists, and say yes like a soccer player celebrating a goal. As strange as it sounds, this action can boost energy and make getting out of bed easier. 11. Use strange phrases to reduce anxiety. If you often worrying about forgetting things like locking the door or turning off appliances, say a random or silly phrase while doing the task. Later, when doubt creeps in, remembering the phrase reassures you that the task was done. 12. Stop arguments with kindness or silence. When someone tries to start an argument, respond with kindness or stay calm and quiet. Both approaches can stop conflict quickly. If the disagreement involves someone close to you, try seeing the situation from their perspective to understand their point of view. 13. Motivate lazy team members. Instead of telling someone to do this, say start with this. It sounds easier and less overwhelming. After they finish the first task, encourage them to continue. Step by step, they'll end up completing the entire job. 14. Speaking confidently in public. Always keep water with you when speaking in front of others. It helps with dry mouth and gives you a natural pause if you forget your words. If you're nervous, admitting it to the audience can actually relax you and make listeners more supportive. 15. Dealing with unwanted staring. If someone keeps staring at you in public, look at their shoes and hold your gaze. This unexpected response often makes them uncomfortable and causes them to stop. 16. Your mood affects others. If you always appear worried when meeting someone, they may begin to feel anxious whenever they see you. Emotions can be contagious, so be mindful of the energy you project. 17. Correct mistakes without blaming. When someone makes a mistake, avoid direct accusations. Instead of saying you didn't do this, rephrase it in a neutral way, such as this was left undone. This helps the person learn without feeling attacked. 18. Convince yourself you're well rested. Even if you didn't sleep well, telling yourself that you did can improve your mental performance. Studies show that believing you're rested can actually help your brain function better. 19. Timing matters for first impressions. People remember the beginning and end of events more clearly than the middle. When scheduling interviews, choose an early or late time slot. This increases the chance that you'll stand out in the interviewer's memory. These simple psychological techniques can make daily interactions easier and more effective. If you know any other useful tricks, share them below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this.